Shanti, Baba Sakar Murli, 25th of June 2022. Essence. Sweet children, give your true accounts to the true Father. Take Srimad for every aspect, for only then will there be benefit for you. Question. What deal do you make with the Father and how? Answer. You become those with surrendered intellects and say to the Father, Baba, I belong to you. This body, mind and wealth are all yours. Baba then says, children, the sovereignty of heaven is yours. This is the deal you make. However, an honest heart is needed for this. You also have to have firm faith. You have to give your true accounts to the Father. Song. You are the mother and father. Om Shanti. The Father sits here and explains to the children. You children understand that you Brahma Kumars and Kumaris have now understood the meaning of Srimad. Through Shiv Baba's directions, you are once again establishing the original, eternal deity religion. Each one of you knows that the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul, definitely comes cycle after cycle and adopts children through Brahma. You are adopted Brahmins. You have gone into his lap. By following Srimad, we are now once again establishing the original eternal deity religion that had disappeared. Whatever act took place, whatever teachings were given a cycle ago, they are now happening again, identically. We are also acting according to the drama plan, same as a cycle ago. You understand that by following Srimad, you are establishing your divine self-sovereignty. In this army, some are Sato-Pradhan effort makers, some Sato and some Raju. It depends on each one's effort. Some are the elephant riders, some are the cavalry, and some are the infantry. These names are given. You children have the happiness that you are incognito. Physical weapons are not used. The weapons, etc., with which the goddesses are shown are weapons of knowledge. The use of weapons is the use of physical force. People do not understand that they did not use physical swords, etc. These are called the arrows of knowledge. The conch shell of knowledge, the discus of knowledge, and the mace of knowledge are also shown as the ornaments of the four-armed image. They are all aspects of knowledge. It has also been explained that while living in your households, you should remain like a lotus flower. This is why they also show a lotus flower. You are now acting this out in a practical way. While staying in your households like a lotus flower, your intellects have the knowledge that you must remember the one Father. This is karma yoga with renunciation. You have to take care of your creation as well. You now understand that your interaction was previously that of sorrow. You kept causing sorrow for one another. The happiness here is as dirty as the droppings of a crow. All have become as dirty as insects. You children understand that there is the difference of day and night. The Father is making us into the masters of heaven. We are now masters of hell. What happiness can there be in hell? Only you children listen to these things and understand them. The Father is explaining this knowledge to you children. Heaven is only for you children. Only you children understand clearly, number-wise according to your efforts. You first of all need faith. An intellect with faith is victorious. If faith is firm, then faith is maintained. One is that you will have remembrance of Shiv Baba, and your mercury of happiness will remain high. And then you will also have surrendered intellects. You children say, Baba, I belong to you. This mind, this body, this wealth, everything is yours. The Father also says, the kingdom of heaven is yours. Look what a deal it is. You must become a true and honest child. The Father should know everything about what each child has. What are you giving to Baba? What do you have? The Father explains very clearly. I am the Lord of the poor. The hearts of wealthy ones shrink over surrendering, but the poor ones tell everything straight away. When people do business, etc., they set aside 1, 2, or 4 pennies from their income. Those who have a lot of interest in giving donations set aside more for charity. Whatever they give, they say that it is in the name of God. This is why they receive temporary happiness in their next birth. If people build a college, a pilgrim rest house, or a hospital, etc., they receive the reward of that in their next birth, because they have done something charitable. Their health will be good, or they will study well at college. I give all of that as well. I am also the one who grants visions. I have the accounts of everyone, and these are determined at the beginning according to the drama. If people have a lot of wealth, they may even build a temple, etc. This is what it means to set something aside for charity. They put money aside from the earnings of their factory, etc., and then build a temple. Some also build their own college, etc. They say that they are giving a donation in the name of God, and that God will give in return. Many people say they are doing altruistic service, but it is not altruistic service. Where did the word altruistic come from? The Father has explained that it is not possible for anyone to do altruistic service, because the fruit of it is definitely received. You now have to stay in your households. You have to do a job and take care of everything. You children should give your accounts, etc., to the Father as to how much you have saved. The Father will then say, Acha, if you are poor, if you don't have an income, if you are not able to sustain your creation fully, then just give 1 penny. For this is your imperishable income for 21 births. The other was for temporary happiness, whereas this is for 21 births. This one is direct. The Father says, you have to plant the seed. Sudama gave a handful of rice and received a palace in return for 21 births. He was poor, but it is the same thing as a wealthy person giving a handful of diamonds. The Father does not say anything, but each one is given individual directions to do so much. Some people are asked how they pay their expenses, and if only a little is saved, then they are given advice accordingly. Keep something for yourself because it will be useful at a time of need. You will be given directions about what to do. I am responsible for all the rest. Make a good hall in your home where daughters can come and do service. Large hospitals are built, and these places too will have to be large because many people will come. If you have a lot of money, open a hospital or college for this. As is the village, so will be its requirements. So many children will come to claim their inheritance of health and wealth. By doing such things, you will claim the kingdom. Many will receive benefit. You will become like this for 21 births. You must take full care of your children. Sages and holy men do not understand these matters. Whatever they are given, it is only used for themselves, to expand their sannyas family, to create their own places. Here, according to the effort each of you makes, you become a master of the throne. This is the inheritance you receive. All of you children receive the inheritance from the Father. The Father simply says, "Children, you have forgotten me. You have been wandering around so much. By searching for me in pebbles and stones, people have worn out their feet. This too is fixed in the drama, and it will happen again." We went into the Sun dynasty, then the Moon dynasty, and so expansion continued. You continued to take rebirth. All of this is in your intellects. I am the one who gives the fruit of devotion as well. What can a non-living image of stone give? After belonging to the Shudra caste, you now belong to the Brahmin caste. You know that by following Srimat, we are once again establishing the original eternal deity religion. We also did this a cycle ago, and we then went into the cycle of 84 births. Islam and Buddhism, etc., are all byplots. The entire play is based on Bharat. You were deities and you have become devils. Due to the entry of Ravan, you fell onto the path of sin. You became vicious and corruption began. To begin with, corruption was Satopradhan, and it became Sato, then Rajo, and then Tamu. The Father explains. At this time, the entire tree has reached its total decay, and so it now has to be destroyed. The deity religion, which has ceased to exist, is being established once again. It is established cycle after cycle, but it is not accurately mentioned anywhere. The main thing is that these are the versions of God. However, there is only one God. Devotion cannot continue once there is the concept of omnipresence. To whom do they say, "O God"? If he were omnipresent, they could not even say, "O God." Everyone has to go through the Satopradhan, Sato, Rajo, and Tamo stages. This is why everyone is now impure and sings, "O purifier, come." The Father comes in order to make you pure. You are now becoming pure. Everyone remembers God at a time of sorrow. They remember God and say, O God, when difficulties arise, but they do not know him. You are now receiving knowledge. You are once again becoming deities. This is the time of settlement. Everyone's karmic accounts have to be settled. Everyone is now in the graveyard. The Father comes and awakens everyone. No one else has this knowledge, but more will come to you. They will become Brahmins, and expansion will take place. You can ask Baba, what would my status be if I were to leave the body now? However, you can understand this from your own stage. There is still a lot of margin with which to remember Baba. All of you are effort makers in remembering Baba. You will become complete by the end. Once the examination is over, the war will begin. When you come close, many will receive visions. Each of you will understand what status you will claim. It is a question of understanding. Souls have become senseless. The Father is now making you sensible in order to change you from worthless shells into diamonds. The Father says, children, this is a battlefield, and many storms will come. All kinds of diseases will break out. Become clever with your talents. No master is going to help you. Victory and defeat are in your own hands. The Master says, this is your battle with Maya. Maya will make you fall very hard. Against your conscious wish, even after you have been on this path for 5 or 6 years accurately, storms will come with such force that you will even lose sleep. Courageous ones do not get tired. They must not fail. People also play a small game where Ravan pulls from one direction and God, brackets Rama, pulls from the other direction. You want to stay in remembrance, but Maya brings storms. That will happen anyway, but you must continue to battle. You are karma yogis. Wake up early in the morning and practice remembering the Father. Everything of yours is incognito. Your incognito army is remembered. You are the unknown warriors, but very well known. The Dilwala temple is your memorial. The temple in memory of the unknown warriors, not of Lakshmi and Narayan. It is these who later become Lakshmi and Narayan. Everything of yours is incognito. There are no physical swords, etc. There is just the use of your intellects. It is also sung that souls have been separated from God for a long time. Human beings become gurus, but only the incorporeal one is the Satguru. He is called the Purifier. So, he is the Satguru, and all the rest are those who belong to the Iron Age. Everyone calls out, claps and sings. The Purifier, Rama of all Sitas, is only one. All the knowledge is now in your intellects. You should check your own stage. Do I have any defects? The evil spirits of anger and lust should not exist. Some write, I don't know what happens. Many storms come. Baba says, many storms will come and bring you a lot of distress, but you must be very cautious. You must remember Baba. Baba, it is your wonder. No one knows how you are establishing the kingdom. We are God's helpers of Bharat. People celebrate the birthday of incorporeal Shiva, but they do not know when or how he came. You understand that Shiv Baba is giving you the inheritance through Prajapita Brahma. This is the inheritance from the grandfather. Generally, he is called Baba, Baba. There are Dada and Baba. Baba is spiritual and Dada is corporeal. The Supreme Spirit is giving the inheritance through this one. Keep this in your intellects. You must follow Srimad. The significance of Manmanapav and the cycle is very easy, brackets to understand. You must also become Swadarsan Chakradhari. You are Swadarsan Chakradhari, but the ornaments have been shown on Vishnu because you have not yet become complete. You first need the faith that he is our Father and Teacher, and that he is teaching us, and that the Satguru himself will then take us back with him. He does not have a father, teacher or guru himself. Everything is explained so clearly, but even then it does not sit in your intellects. While living in your households, you have to become free from attachment. We belong to the one Father. Let only this stay in your intellects. You must become sticks for the blind. Whenever you talk to a friend or relative, ask him, what is your relationship with the Purifier, the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul? That is your Lokik Father, but whose Father is the Supreme Father, the Supreme Soul? They would definitely say, ours. Acha. The Father is the creator of heaven. Bharat was definitely heaven, but it is no longer so. Now, claim your inheritance from the unlimited Father once again. This is your right. By remembering him, you will go there. There are so many points. Your intellect must imbibe all of them. Acha. To the sweetest, beloved, long-lost and now found children, love, remembrance and good morning from the Mother, the Father, Bap Dada. The spiritual father says Namaste to the spiritual children. Essence Vedana. 1. Remove any defects of lust or anger you may have and become a true helper of God. Beware of storms. Do not be defeated by them. 2. Follow the Father's directions and give a handful of rice like Sudama did, and claim a kingdom for 21 births. Blessing. May you become free from obstacles and remain unshakable by keeping a balance of being detached and loving in a gathering. The Father has the largest family of all, but the larger the family, the more he is detached and loving to all. Follow the Father in the same way. While being in a gathering, in order to be constantly free from obstacles and stay content, be just as detached, however much service you do. No matter how many try to shake you, someone may disturb you from one side and another person from another side. Perhaps you don't have any facilities. Even if someone insults you, when you remain unshakable, even in your thoughts, you will then be said to be a soul who is free from obstacles. Slogan: those who finish any upheaval in their bodies and minds with the stage of soul consciousness remain unshakable and immovable. Om Shanti.